Hello. Hey, in this video I wanted to share some stretches and active stretches you can do if you've been sitting a lot. So in the sitting posture, like this chair over here, where you've got the hips flexed, the knees are bent, you're not trying to lean forward, but inevitably your head and your shoulders just come forward. So if you can get up from your chair, it's the best thing to get a little break. And we might want to just go right into a back bend, but our body's not going to be ready for that, or it may revolt against you on doing that. So to start out first, just getting some movement, so a little bit of back bend position. And so I put my hand on the chair, I can reach up with the opposite leg and opposite arm, just reaching up, and I'm trying to get straighter on this part of the hip, just to stand up tall, reach up to the ceiling. So I'm trying to get to neutral, activating some of the muscles, reaching back like that. And I can do it without the chair, but maybe, doing that at first. And of course on the other side as well. And then something that's a little more tricky to do, but really helps a lot, is the wind up like a baseball pitch. So I'm pulling my knee across body, kind of winding, twisting, and doing a motion like this, just coming out. So I'm just getting some movement in this hip here. It's internally rotating as I wind up, and some movement. Of course, repeating that on the other side. One side's going to be easier than the other, so you might use the chair for your balance. And then also, another thing that can help quite a bit is getting some more extension in the hip. It's kind of like kicking back, but not straight, as I'm turning out and looking back. There's some kind of ferocious wild beast coming at me. Just kidding. And kicking back like this, kind of opening up. So then on this stationary leg, now the hip is opening. So do the same thing on the other side as well. And then one that often people will do is you can come near the chair, and about where you bend your elbows and start to bend forward, maybe you get just beyond the wrist. Walk your feet back if you need to, or slide your hands forward and walk back to try to keep your hips directly over your feet. Now I want to keep my back straight and pull my belly button up into the spine, which might be the same thing as taking my tailbone and kind of pulling it this direction up towards my forehead. So if I'm activating the front line of the body, that's going to support my back, hopefully take some of the tension out. And I can slide my arms forward or walk my feet back to come a little lower as feels comfortable. It's better to be still comfortable, maybe a little bit of challenge. And wherever your arms are on the chair, if your chair doesn't roll, it's better. But you can imagine you're trying to pull your arms towards your hips without movement. So a little activation there. Or to push away. I can pull my feet and my arms together without movement, like squeezing, and also pushing apart. And then use your core to come up, put some weight in the balls of the feet to shift, to come back up. And then I'll take my hands to my low back. So we can do kind of a camel type position. We push the hands forward while my hips are pushing back. So there's a kind of a tug of war going on. And then I'm going to push my hands down towards the ground, but they're still connected to my body. My feet are going to push up. So I'm pushing forward and back, up and down. Working my shoulder blades down the back. I don't want my shoulders up. Our shoulder blades working together as feels comfortable. Squeeze the inner thighs, take a deep inhale. Get some lift from the chest up to the ceiling. And exhale, you could push your hips forward a little bit more if you don't feel it in your low back. If you do, come out of it, squeeze the thighs, inner thighs together and your glutes. Try again. And coming back up. And lastly, some movements, kind of like you're just reaching across your body. This is a Tai Chi warm-up. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, just reaching across your body. Notice how I'm allowing my leg, that trailing leg, to turn, the hip to turn, the heel to lift. I can start to bend my knees and sink down a little bit more. Feel some weight in my heels too. Long inhale across. Exhale the opposite direction, whatever feels good to you. And just get some movement. Now, granted, you might not be able to do all that, or you might not feel comfortable doing that at the office. Or maybe you're at home now, so you have that option. It doesn't matter. You can do whatever you want. But playing around with it, even just kind of stretching, just kind of reaching up, stretching like this, those kind of things can make a big difference. Hope you found this video beneficial. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. And I'll have other videos and classes that I'll be posting and working on online as well. Thank y'all. Have a great day.